Hello again, Matthew, and all you citizens of cyberspace out there. It's me again to talk about my latest podcast interview, which will be number 396. And it is an interview with Dr. Stephen Eizenstat, who is founder and chancellor of the Pacifica Graduate Institute in Santa Barbara, California. This is where I send all those listeners who ask me where could they find a graduate school where they could study depth psychology, and in particular, Jungian psychology. And so I always suggest Pacifica. Well, Dr. Eizenstat, aside from being the founder and having created and nurtured this extraordinary graduate program, he's also the author of a book called Dream Tending, and I've got a copy here. I thought I had a copy close at hand. As Homer Simpson would say, duh. So here it is, Dream Tending, Awakening to the Healing Power of Dreams. Well, there are many books out there about dreams, and I've interviewed quite a few authors of books about dreams. It's one of my favorite topics. He has a fairly unique slant inasmuch as he's been strongly influenced by the work and thought of James Hillman, whose work and thought I have struggled with, I must say, somewhat. Dr. Eizenstat, however, gives the clearest presentation, at least in relation to dreams, that I've encountered. And basically, he's critical of people maybe like myself and other dream workers who have a tendency to rush toward interpretation, I would say, relating it to the events of the dreamer's life and to possible underlying issues, conflicts, anxieties, life situations, psychopathology, etc. Well, I'm trained as a clinical psychologist, and that tends to be my bias. Dr. Eizenstat, his approach is kind of, hey, slow down a bit here. Let's not rush to interpretation, but rather treat the figures in the dream as autonomous beings almost, not just the figures, but all the elements of the landscape and, the table and the door, the lamp, as well as the various personages and animals that are in the dream. And since we can't really control our dreams and we can't really make ourselves dream about a particular topic or a particular plot line, you have to consider that, in fact, these are autonomous entities in that sense, that we don't have a lot of control over them. So he advocates that we welcome these archetypal personages as we would a host into our home, and that we be kind and generous hosts and not pepper them with questions right away. So it's an interesting approach. The book is very well written, so I think you'll enjoy the book. I recommend it to you without hesitation, and to get, a better feel for what you might encounter in that book, I would suggest that you listen to my interview of him. So that's it for today. Back to you, Matthew.